Your company doesn't need 5 different platforms to hire one great technical expert. Yet modern technical recruitment has evolved into an overloaded ecosystem of disconnected tools rather than a single unified strategy. Imagine trying to run a sprint, but every few steps, a new hurdle drops directly into your lane. That is the exact friction teams experience when navigating disjointed hiring processes. To make a single hire, organizations often rely on job portals, external agencies, internal screeners, technical assessment tools, interview platforms, and background checkers. Each piece of software might solve one isolated part of the workflow, but strung together, they create a bloated operational structure, a Frankenstack of hiring tools. This diagram maps a typical candidate's journey through that structure. They enter through a job portal, bounce to an agency, undergo resume screening, route to a third-party assessment, and finally reach an interview and background check. Between every one of these nodes, information gets scattered. Portfolios sit in one system, assessment results in another, and interview notes get buried in email threads. Relying on this fragmented complexity does not yield better quality hires. It leads to repetitive candidate evaluations, bloated hiring timelines, and talent dropping out of the pipeline. This setup creates the integration penalty. It is the hidden operational cost of managing the gaps, delays, and friction between disconnected hiring tools. This side-by-side comparison shows the structural alternative. On the left, the tangled flowchart dissolves, replaced on the right by the centralized methodology of a platform like ExpertOnHire, a clean 4-step path: match, validate, hire, and deliver. A linear path removes the friction. Instead of manually transferring candidates across disparate systems, a single data profile travels smoothly from start to finish, eliminating data silos and repetitive screening. Unified platforms shift a hiring manager's focus away from managing recruitment logistics and place it back on evaluating technical capability. This presents a core organizational dilemma. Is keeping familiar, specialized legacy tools worth sacrificing the operational efficiency of an all-in-one platform? Clinging to a comfortable but fragmented process slows down your decision-making, actively costing your organization top technical talent. To weigh these options, we need to evaluate the first critical phase of technical hiring: sourcing and matching. The traditional input method relies on separate job portals and third-party recruitment agencies casting a wide net to generate applicant flow. Let's compare this in a matrix. Column A tracks the fragmented stack, yielding a massive volume of unverified resumes. Your team must filter hundreds of mismatched applications. Column B, ExpertOnHire, delivers a curated, immediate list of highly relevant, verified technical profiles. Internal teams save hours of manual screening, but they must trust the platform's matching parameters over their own wide-net keyword searches. Prioritizing capability alignment over sheer applicant volume is a strict requirement for reducing your time to hire. Once you have a shortlist, you move to the evaluation phase, where candidates are required to prove their technical skills. Sending candidates out to disconnected third-party technical assessment tools creates friction, especially because those tools do not communicate with your main HR system. It forces your team into a juggling act, trying to keep mismatched and unevenly weighted elements in the air simultaneously. Hiring managers have to manually synthesize test results from one platform, interview notes from another, and portfolios pulled from entirely different systems. The alternative is centralizing portfolio evaluation and structured technical assessments inside a single ExpertOnHire profile view. You can see the difference in cognitive load here. Column A forces you to piece together scattered data points. Column B provides a centralized hub where all practical skill validation converges. The operational trade-off is that engineering teams must adopt the platform's structured evaluation frameworks rather than holding on to bespoke, internally developed legacy tests. Centralizing assessment data reduces cognitive load and decision fatigue, directly increasing a hiring manager's confidence in their final choice. The final phase is operational management and coordinating the hiring decision. Closing a single hire requires managing multiple vendors, navigating diverse platforms, and tracking endless email chains. There is a wide gap between having high operational control and achieving actual operational velocity. Piecing together customized tools gives you high control over microsteps, but the coordination required completely destroys hiring velocity. The one platform advantage consolidates these logistics, ensuring faster team formation by keeping all verification, scheduling, and communication in a single place. To achieve this, organizations must make a decisive operational pivot. They have to break old habits and fully commit to a centralized workflow. Ruthlessly eliminating operational friction between a business requirement and a hire directly accelerates your company's ability to build products. We can map exactly which types of organizations benefit most from adopting a unified recruitment approach. This checklist, the scenario match, charts the evaluation criteria. We will start with small, rapidly growing organizations. Founders and CTOs operating with limited HR resources are prime candidates for this model. For resource-poor teams, ExpertOnHire provides instant, enterprise-grade recruitment infrastructure without the traditional overhead costs of hiring dedicated technical recruiters. Large enterprise organizations with massive recruitment teams also match well with this utility. For enterprises, this is a strategic consolidation play. It enforces hiring consistency across multiple departments and eliminates expensive vendor sprawl. Whether a company lacks hiring infrastructure or suffers from the bloat of too much, a centralized platform removes the friction of scaling technical teams. There are specific scenarios where an organization should avoid transitioning to an all-in-one technical hiring platform. Companies hiring primarily non-technical roles will not extract full value from a system built specifically for deep technical capability validation. Additionally, legacy institutions that are completely unwilling to decouple from entrenched multi-agency contracts will experience too much friction during the transition. Making the shift takes decisive action, but once you stop struggling to push fragmented tools forward, a centralized process rolls smoothly and autonomously. Operational friction and lost time represent the real cost of technical recruitment, often outweighing the actual financial budget. If your primary bottleneck is the actual process of hiring rather than a lack of talent, consolidating your tools is the most efficient path to business execution. Stop managing recruitment and start building teams.